mentoring programs in 2016, and they did it again. But I think for me, it's all about giving back. You have to do it. You have to work hard at it. Like for me, if knowing being a city council person is not a normal job, like there's no such thing as I'm off, right? So, for example, perfect example, when I was at you guys' dance show and I got to go to the bathroom, some guy came up to me and he needed help, and I can't tell him no. So I missed like 2 minutes of one of the sections because I was in the hallway and helping somebody with an issue. Or if I'm at the supermarket or the gas station or playing sports or running, you're always gonna be on duty because your job is to serve the other people of the city and to help them. But your heart has to be in it. So you can't get if you're a person who wants to just do a job for a certain amount of hours and go home, then this isn't for you, right? Just like being a teacher. You're always going to be doing work for your students and your teachers. Being a lawyer, you're always going to be working for your client. Yes, ma'am. So when I was younger, it was the flip side, right? So the reason why I wanted to become a council person is because I felt like the people that were elected at the time were ignoring me and my community. So they inspired me to be better than them. But now,
Some questions
folks
I'm
that
going to
inspire
ask.
me really are some of my newer colleagues. So when I got elected for the first time in 2011, I was one of the youngest people ever elected, right? So it was me, I was 27, one of my colleagues was 32, everyone else was 40 and up, and most of them were 50, over the age of 55, right? So it was a very unique situation where I'm literally the only young person in the room. Well, now there's seven other people like me that are under the age of 40, and they really inspire me every day because they help to push me to be better. And then it's really the people that inspire me the most in the city are you guys. It's the young people in the city that's the reason why I get up in the morning to try to make sure that you guys have a better city than I did. Yes. Go ahead. What was one of your dreams? One of my dreams. So, it's an easy dream. So one of my dreams after becoming elected was to meet President Obama. And I got to do it in 2013. Actually, when we go to my office later, y'all see a picture of me and President Obama. That was easy. Um, so if I wasn't on, excuse me, y'all. If I wasn't on the city council, what I would probably be doing right now is that I still be working in government. I would probably be either running an agency, like we have different departments in the city, like police department, health department, all those kind of things. Or I'd probably be working or running a school because that's what I like to do. Is work with young people. Baltimore. I grew up in Park Heights.
Ooh.
Great question. So when you think about like Maryland, Maryland's a big state, right? But Baltimore is the largest city in that state, and all the businesses and people that work downtown, basically the entire state depends on the economics that come out of Baltimore. So I decided to run for lieutenant governor because at the time there was no discussion about the city being had in the election. And I knew that if I was in the race, that automatically would happen. It wasn't about me, it was about uplifting the city into the conversation, but also about trying to change, as they say, change the game, right? So I'm the youngest person ever to run for lieutenant governor in the state. And it's the first time that a young black person has ever been on that statewide stage. So now people can come behind me and take it to the next step, right? So they don't have to worry about doing all of the things that I had to endure being the first to do it. It makes it easier for them to literally stand on my shoulders and take it to the next level.
Excuse me.
Like I have worked my whole life, right? Like you, when I was in school, school was my job, right? My job was to get an education in order to better myself and and make myself better. I started working when I could legally start work at 14. So I first started working for my family's business, putting in air conditioning and heating. I washed cars. Also, I worked at Giant Food. And then when I was in college, I was a DJ. So I did that to make, I made money as a DJ. I also was a residence vice person, so I like watched over all the other people in the dorm. And then when I came home, like I told you, I ran a mentoring program in the city. And then I've been here. Yep, that's your job. There are gonna be people that are gonna be angry about that, right?
Yeah.
But you have to understand that that's part of the job. I always say that if I don't get called a nasty name or someone doesn't say something bad about me for standing up for someone that no one else would every week, then I'm not doing my job. You have to do that when you're in a position like mine where you're trying to fight for other people's rights, beliefs, and benefits even above your own. People who are comfortable with the way things are, and comfortable with them getting everything and some people getting nothing. So it takes people like me to say, no, that's wrong. They should get the same kind of thing. And that's going to be met with a lot of hate and animosity. But I'm not. Ooh. Yes, ma'am. I can't hear you. All right, shoot them out. Somebody wasn't listening. Mm-hmm. Said that already. What's the second question? Oh, that's an easy one. I went to St. Mary's College of Maryland. If I could do anything for the city schools, it'd be real easy. I would fully fund them and renovate all the buildings. That's an easy thing.
Oh,
So
thank you, Jesus.
we're actually that's part of the race for governor right now is talking about funding the city schools. So anybody in here in seventh grade?
Me. Me.
So when I was in seventh grade, the state took over the city school. So before my seventh grade year, the city ran its own school system, and since then, and that was in 1997, the state has run the city schools, but they've never fully funded them. So that's the thing. If I had a blank check, that's the first thing I would do. Yes, ma'am. I see it. Oh, you have to ask them. Maybe I'll see if some of them are here today and let you ask that question. It depends. I think it depends on the coworker. There are some of my coworkers who love me. There are some of my coworkers who hate me. But that goes back to the discussion that we just had.
What's that?
She said, "What do my coworkers think about me?" Yes, ma'am. You've been waiting patiently.
Yes, I have two questions. One is really important to me. I said, what if you could, how can you stop police brutality in Baltimore? And if you, wait, and do you have any kids and a wife, and what is their names?
No kids, no wife yet. Oh man, I can imagine having a kid right now.
Not one now.
But the way that you stop police brutality is multifaceted, right? So one of the things that you have to do is that you have to put things in place to make sure that we have the power to oversee the police that we should, right? For example, the police department is a perfect example of what we call taxation without representation. So the state actually controls it, so not even the city council can pass laws. For example, we tried to pass a law that made them wear body cameras, and even though they still do wear those body cameras, they don't have to do that, right? So that's the way that you do it. But also qualify people, making sure that we're hiring more people from the city and more young people from the city. So I was actually at Mervo last week meeting with the new principal about trying to build in criminal justice curriculum, a portion that would help young people go straight from high school to being a Baltimore City Police Cadet, because we have a program where you can be 17, 18, 19, 20, and we'll pay you $30,000 a year to learn how to be a police officer. And ultimately, when you have a police department that's representative of the community it serves, right? So when I grow up in the community and I know people that are there, I'm going to have a relationship with those people and I'm going to treat them as my equal. But when I'm someone who doesn't live there or has never lived there or has never even lived in a place like that, it's automatically going to create cultural differences. So everything from training, accountability, but to me it's also most important is about homegrown department itself.
So my thing is about that. So my brother went to Maryville. He's 22 right now. So do you think it's fair for young boys and young ladies our age and older people our age, mostly older than us, like my brother or younger, should deserve the same qualities as older people? Not like I if a police says, "Oh, you can't do that," because we're our colors. I don't like that because it's a couple times I got pulled by a police officer saying you can't ride your bike down on the walkway or you can't ride your bike right there, and I was like. It was a rule that said you can't do that, and they said you can't do that, and they tried to lock me up.
Well, technically, it is a rule that you can't ride your bike's supposed to be ridden in the street and not on the sidewalk. But that goes into the last part of what I want to talk about too. So when you're someone like me, you can see it from the above level, and I think that especially in our neighborhoods, what we are seeing now is that the older folks in the neighborhood have a bad relationship with you guys, and it's actually them that is causing the police to come, right? So, for example, there was a lady who lived near me who was complaining about these young kids playing on the basketball court at a basketball hoop at the end of the dead end. And she kept calling the police and calling the police to tell them to take the goal down, right? But I had already told them not to take it down. So she called in, she tried to make a complaint with the police officer supervisor, and he called while we weren't taking the basketball, the bathroom. Go ahead. While we weren't going to take it down. Because you guys need places to play too. And we have to, before we can totally fix the relationship with the police and the community, we have to, and young people, we have to fix the relationship within the community itself. Because every time someone older doesn't want you to be outside making noise, the neighborhood too. And when they grew up in that neighborhood, they let you, they played out there. Yes, ma'am.
I have two questions.
Go ahead.
Okay. What time you have to be here?
That's a great question. So the good thing about this job, especially for someone like me who I could not take a job where I did the same thing every day, all day, over and over, is that no 2 days are the same, right? So for example, yesterday I started my day early, so I had like a 8 o'clock meeting, and then I was able to actually go back home and do work at home from my computer. So, like I said, anytime I have my phone, I can do anything from my phone that I can do sitting at my desk upstairs.
Wow.
Then I had lunch meetings. I had to come here for some meetings, and then last night I had to actually I spent like 3 hours out on the street with the deputy police commissioner where he was driving me around, and I was able to show him things that citizens in my district had complained about, and we went to a community meeting, and then I went home around like 10:30 at night. Today I was working from home all day before I came to you guys. I'll go back out into the community, and then from tomorrow through Monday I'll be in Seattle. So every day, all day. Council meetings are on Mondays. I know I'm going to be here all day. I'm also on the budget committee. You know, when those committee meetings are here, I got to be here all day. And when Annapolis, the Maryland legislature is in session, I have to go there. And sometimes I have to go to Annapolis, come back, go back to Annapolis. It's different. Like it can be, the day can be crazy, but for someone like me, that's actually a good thing. It keeps me busy. I can be at schools, I can be talking to camps, everything, every day is different. What's your second question? Say what? Oh, that's easy, to fly. Yeah, I have a fascination with heights. I love like to be on, and I think it comes from working for my family business when I was a kid. So when you put in a lot of air conditioners, you do them on rooftops a lot of times. So I have this fascination with being up high and being able to see everything from above. And then also I don't like sitting in traffic. So if I could fly, I could, you know.
Easily
Who
go
would
there.
yours be? Oh, you want to read? See, I can read minds anyway, so that's it. I don't need a superpower. That I can't read minds.
What kind?
Yes, ma'am. See, I told you I was a DJ. I do comedy on the side from
Can,
time to time.
can you bust out one?
No,
Can,
none of my jokes are appropriate for you guys' age.
can you dance?
No, I told you that. No.
Can you try just real quick, please? Please.
So,
What? Please.
maybe later. Y'all want me to? Miss Keisha knows I ripped a pair of my pants last week. I don't want to do that again.
Please.
Oh yeah. Oh, they don't send. So her job is to stop us from getting in trouble to begin with. So she gives us legal advice. So like if I want to do a law, she'll tell us if it's legal for us to do it or not. So her job is to prevent us from doing that. Yep. So yeah, my colleague Councilman Burnett, who sits right there, that actually happened in his district. So he's been very involved in it because I'm the chair of the public safety committee. I've been over there a few times to like assist him with stuff. And in a situation like that, there's a lot of things that have to happen, right? So first and foremost, you got to make sure the family has everything that they need in that trying time. So like for example, we sometimes help with funerals, we help with setting up arrangements, trying to make sure that people have proper attire to go to a funeral, that kind of stuff. And then, of course, the most important thing is to like try to find out who did it, right? Who would do that to a 7-year-old child, and that's what we're trying to do every day.
Do what? Ski. Stop being shy.
No. Next question.
What'd she say?
She said
That's
he
the
had a
best
girlfriend.
question of the day.
She said if he
My
had a
favorite
girlfriend,
Disney
something.
character.
Mickey Mouse.
Nah.
Minnie?
My favorite Disney character
What is the
would
thing
have
outside?
to be
Goofy, is the thing outside?
Goofy.
Mufasa from Lion King.
Faso. You goofy, so why couldn't it be goofy? Wakanda forever.
Ooh, that's a good question. How old do you think I am?
30.
Yeah.
30.
21.
What?
30. 25.
30.
25. I did.
34.
Oh. That's enough.
34. Yes, ma'am.
Calm down. Calm down. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet.
Threatening all the time. Salty as milk.
I have a few questions.
Ooh.
So how old is this place?
That you're gonna find out when we go back downstairs.
Can you do second position?
You got
Bring your language. Put your arms up.
Can you do it, please? Can you hear a split? Can you hear a
I'm
split?
not ripping my
Do
pants.
you hit a split? Can you hit a split?
Rip in these pants? Are you crazy? 3 questions. Look at that. So there's a lot that because that will impact the rest of your life, right? So when education is truly about to have a decent job, to be able to provide for your family, you're going to need education. And when people unfortunately are old and don't have that, we have to start to invest more money into training them into jobs. So we have programs like this place called Center for Urban Families where we take guys off the corner, train them in job training, give them their GED diploma, and try to train them in specific ways to be employed. But also what we can do is figure out a way for the community to embrace those people instead of always calling the police, but embrace those people and figure out how the community themselves, either, entrepreneurship, figure out ways to connect those people back to service. But the city itself has to bring them along. Next. I don't like the president.
People matter. President Trump can eat movie.
The president is supposed to be a person who works for all of us, right? And cares about all of us. And I think it's very clear that this president cares about one person and one person only. And that's
Jet Young. Everybody, Jet Young is my cousin, so yeah.
sorry about that, ma'am.
Do you meet new and famous people every day or from time to time?
It depends on the time of year. Right now, it's from time to time. So, like last week, I met a around the corner from me who plays football for the Tennessee Titans. I know that this week I'm going to Seattle for my National Young Elected Officials Conference. I know that. I would make it so that everyone was able to eat and have clean water. Yeah. So I've been, what's my name? Oh yeah. So I organized it for that. So I'll be there. I did an event in 2016 where we would literally walk from Baltimore to DC, and then in the first Millionaire March, I was in sixth grade when I went. So I'll be there. Whenever they have it, I will be there. Yes, ma'am. I'm going. Some of them. I like working with my coworkers, some of my coworkers a lot, especially the ones in the council. I really like working with them. Some other folks on the board. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yep, I have two younger brothers. I'm the oldest, so I have one brother that is 31, he'll be 32, and I have another brother who's about to turn 30.
Okay.
I'm 34.
What was your favorite dance from the show?
Oh, hold on. I remember telling you what these were. I gotta go back. There was one when you guys were. Does anybody have the showbill? Can you run down the names for me?
Wait, what costume were they in?
Un momento. I'm gonna come back because I'm gonna look at the pictures and then I'm gonna tell you which one it was. Yes, ma'am.
I have 3 questions, if that's okay. One question is, for all the kids right here and you, do you think is it possible for all of us, if one of us, because I really want to do this, if one of us come here and say we want to feed the homeless and whatever, but we don't have all the money to get food, stuff like that, will you help us out with that?
Yeah, and there's an easy way to do stuff like that too, because there's people that do that already, especially down here. And you can volunteer with them and help it. There's people that do it in communities too, and it's a way for you to get your service hours that you're gonna need.
I need that too.
Yeah, to school.
My second question is for the little girl that got shot,
Mm-hmm.
and the do you think it's crazy how older people that doesn't want to shoot kids, but they shoot them, doesn't commit to what they did for shooting that little girl?
Absolutely. When you do something like that, you should automatically say, look, I didn't mean to do it, but I did it. Who could do that to a little girl and then just, how can you sleep at night?
Right. That's not fair because everybody, if that was your little sister, just imagine if that was your little sister right there in that back of the seat of that car. Just imagine that, or your niece, whoever, your own daughter. I know that would definitely hurt you to your soul. So don't do that. Just commit to the crime
Yep.
and say that you did it. Even way with people getting shot every day, you should still do it. I think, to my aunt, I says, I think people should just stop put their guns down. I don't know why people let them buy guns and stuff. You need to have a certain ID and your certain age. If they don't look the right age, don't give them nothing. It don't even matter if they. You have certain ways to do stuff. You can call people, call police, tell your family about it. Just don't hurt somebody because you're taking somebody's life away, because karma comes right around real fast. So I think some people need to think about their karma happen, because karma can come in different bad ways.
Couldn't have said it better myself. That's exactly, we need more people to think like that. You got one more, check three.
And one more question is for schools like mine, Hazelwood Elementary Middle.
It's right around the corner from me.
You live around the corner from me then. Will you ever come to any of those schools around where you live at?
So I've been to Hazelwood probably like 2,000 times. Actually, that's where the community meeting was at. So I come to
Wait.
Hazelwood all the time.
Wait.
All the time. I was there. Last time I was there, they had me working only with 8th grade boys, though. So I'll make sure that you see me when I come. So I got,
If I
I got
stand.
the answer to your question. So there was two in particular. One when y'all had on gold and black. And, and then there was the one in the beginning when you guys had on all black. Yeah. Yeah, you tell me. I used to remember what they were. That.
Oh, bag, the point piece.
Yeah, bag, of course, naturally. Go ahead. Is that work? It depends. So when, like, it depends on what I want to do. I can do random stuff. So things that I know I'm going to do. So my stress relief is like playing sports and being in my sports league. So I play in the basketball league, a football league, and a bowling league. I also like to go out and we go out to like parks and like walk trails and go to different places where you can find swimming. I like to do different stuff. And I like to eat too. Don't listen to her.
You can be in Uno by Miss Keisha? God, got it.
A little bit, a long time ago.
Can you please put some move?
Why, what? Because I think that I actually think that's why I was put on earth, is to help other people. It's, everyone finds out like what their purpose in life is, and I found out earlier that was my purpose, right? To help other people. I don't really, like, I don't need to feel like I gotta have the nicest of the nights or the biggest house or the fanciest car. I would very much rather have people around me, help people around me, have enough to provide for them. Take a guess.
Blue.
Blue. Yeah. Not in royal blue to be exact. I'm gonna take one more and then we're gonna say the picture and then I'm gonna let our guest talk before y'all can answer any more questions. Go ahead. Yep. I will be a grade A student. That's what I will be if I was your age. And I will clean my room every night.
wash
And you
dishes.
walk the dog.
I hate washing dishes.
That's what I do. Casey, you want to take a picture real quick? All right. How we going? Oh, everybody come on.
I'm on YouTube. I'm recording. I got a YouTube channel.
That's all right. You can continue it.
Say hey to YouTube.
That's right.
Say what?
That's right.
I know. Dang, I can't think of my name. Hold on, I'll tell you. It's on my phone. You know, you front the little one.
He was playing Granny. And right when I started rushing, hit my face like. Homecoming. YouTube. Hi, YouTube. On YouTube today. YouTube. No, it's not. Who's that? Oh, God. Yeah, it's such damn.
Back to your seat, lady.
YouTube. Turn it on. Y'all not playing games anymore, cause she gonna cut y'all.
And make sure you're listening up. Respect the floor.
You okay? You okay?
So, I wanted y'all not to just hear Community Day, so I'm going to have some other people come. So the gentleman that I'm going to introduce in a second, I've actually known now for 11 years since I started working here in city government, and he was the deputy commander in my police district. But he's now a colonel, and his job in the police department, I know he loves to talk to young people. So I'm going to turn it over to the colonel. Colonel Dixon. The young lady, fearless dance, and some can't. They ask questions for the first time.
Thank you, Councilman. Thank you. So, hello?
Hi.
Okay, that was like, hello?
Hi.
Now, that's music to my ear. That sounds good. That
She's
sounds good.
singing.
So, all you guys are dancing?
Yes.
Okay. So, where are some of, like, I'm not going to talk about myself, but where are some of the, like, the top places that you've danced? Who did you dance before? Who were you in front of? Who did you do it for? Just curious.
Our teacher. You mean your teacher and our teacher? Yes, you say our teacher.
Oh, you told me way more than I asked. Thank you. Thank you.
Me.
One other person. I
Me.
just want to know, who did you really dance in front of? Is that this group? I'm talking about this group. I want to know who this group danced before. President of the United States, ball player, the mayor, school board, somebody. Give me an answer. Oh, nice. There you go. So the Artscape. That's huge. So that's huge. We just finished Artscape here, right?
Yeah.
Got rained out a little bit, but we finished. So listen, my name is Melvin. Last name is Russell, and I've been a police way longer than any of you guys been alive, right? I've been a police before Councilman Brandon was even alive. So October's coming up really fast, right? So this is July, and we have August, September, but that's what I wanted to do. And there was a foot patrolman. Anybody know what a foot patrolman is?
I'm gonna guess a foot patrolman is somebody that like watch you and help you out when you're in the ocean.
In Ocean, no. So the foot patrolman is a police officer. It's a police officer, and he doesn't drive around a car that much. He walks blocks and blocks, and he makes sure everybody in the neighborhood on question. It was a question that was really good nickname, and they were two policemen, but they were police in California. So I thought I would become a police in California. But that footman, Officer Smith said, go down to the Baltimore Police Department, sign up to become a police cadet, and see if you like it. And so at age 19, I signed up. I became a police cadet. I joined the police department. A cadet is someone between the ages of 18 years old and 20 and a half years old. You're too young to be a police officer, but you're old enough to start working. So I was